I want to give all praises and honor and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles who rule well and teach well, and salutations to the rest of the Israel of Yasharallah scattered abroad. Shalom. This video is called, the video is entitled "The Dragnet and Internet Are Parabolic." Okay, and I'm gonna start in Matthew 13 and verse 47. Now, before I really get into it, I just want to just let you know everything that you see and cannot see, is the work of the Lord. Okay, everything that we know, all technology, all revolutions, kingdoms, everything was directed by Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI. Everything in life as we know it is already written. Okay, so that also includes the internet. Okay, the internet has a lot to do with prophecy. All right, it ties everything together. As far as like the showing the last days, really just bringing everything into full circle, right? From satellites to underwater network cables, fiber cables, fiber optics, all types of advanced technology. All those things are the work of the Lord. All right. And what I'm about to go into is the Dragnet. The Dragnet and the internet are very similar in, its ability to catch fish or to catch, to gather, people. All right. So like we know on one level, you got the internet. It brings people closer from far distances. All right, you can gather people in a forum, maybe a chat room, webcams. You can see people practically from one end of the globe to the other side of the globe, right? And with in the Bible, there's constantly a theme of people being related to different forms of nature, like the sea or fish, as we're about to go into this parable. All right, and you'll see. I'm gonna bring it all in together. I'm gonna tie it all in together, just to show you the the parable of the dragnet and the internet. All right. So this is Matthew 13, verse 47. It says, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind." All right. Now, people are always in the scriptures. People are related to, like the Israelites. They're related to the sand of the sea. Fish. All right. And this parable is speaking about. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read a few more verses. This is again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind. When it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. It says, "So shall it be at the end of the world. The angel shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just." All right. Now we know a net too is also can be a snare, right? A net is, it could be a trap, it could be a snare, it could be a stumbling block. All right. Especially, for the fish. So That's just like the internet. The internet has good uses, obviously, and but also it has bad uses. There's a balance to everything, okay? But ultimately, the Lord, YAHAWASHI, He has set things in order to continue to push forward prophecy. Everything in time, since the beginning of time, everything is a prop or a tool, or it's just a part of the story, to propagate prophecy. And it's obvious that the internet, has very much a large part in propagating prophecy, okay? Especially in these end times, as it says, so shall it be at the end of the world. All right, so you got the Dragnet, you got the internet. Right, the internet is definitely a part of prophecy, as it helps push the gospel and the truth to the four corners of the earth. All right, so that's one side of it. Of course, there's many other sides, and of the internet that could be detrimental to a person's spirit. All right, you got all types of what do you call it? Alleyways and avenues. It's just like a street. They call it the information superhighway. All right. So as you can tell, that there's also different ways that you can essentially, they say, surf the web. All right. But anyway, through the spirit and power of the Most High, YAHAWASHI, the net, the net is working great miracles by being utilized as a tool to gather the elect. All right, we're living in a time where knowledge has tremendously increased. Okay, you got AI, you got 5G, you got automated customer service. It's all types of things all types of advanced technology that maybe 250 years ago, this would be, a lot of these things would be like considered miracles. Okay. All right, let's go to Daniel 12:4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." All right, so over the last 250 years, knowledge has substantially increased. All right, there's different, the way I measure how technology has increased is I usually refer to reference to the industrial revolutions. And then I think about, you got to think about the rate of the technological advancement of these revolutions. All right, so like, for example, let's just say you can start like around 1760, all right, 1700s, right? You had the steam engine, you had the power loom, cotton gin. These are all just industrial machines to help be beneficial towards making life easier, being convenient, making fabrics, with machines, right? So this is the rate. It was a gradual, but it was transformative, right? And the second industrial revolution started around like 1870s. All right, you had electricity, you had the telephone. So that's pretty much 100 years, 130, or yeah, about 100 years later, right? You got the internal combustion engine, for automobiles. You got steel production. All right, so it accelerated, the technology, the rate of technology, the advancement of it has accelerated. All right, and then in the 1960s, you had like the third industrial revolution, which included semiconductors, personal computers, the internet, right? Mobile phones, renewable energy. Well, when I say from starting in the 1960s, there was, of course, there's a growth. It's a gradual growth. So I'm not saying that you had mobile phones 1960s. Maybe they could have, you know. But what I'm saying is, like, from that time all the way up to the 2000s, you had different advancements of technology, such as mobile phones, all right, and the internet. Like, I think that came out during the 90s, the internet. All right, then you right before the millennium, then you got, of course, renewable energy. You know, that was a exponential growth. So from 1870, right, to the third industrial revolution, you had about another 100 years, right? So then from now you got the fourth industrial revolution, okay, that started like mainly around the 2010s, right? The third industrial revolution was exponential. So now from the third to the fourth, that's roughly a little bit less than 100 years. All right, so now we have AI, we got artificial intelligence, we got deep learning machines, we got advanced robotics, we got biotechnology, nanotechnology, quantum computing. All right, we got the Internet of Things. So now it's a hyper accelerated, rate of technological advancements. All right. So with all of these industrial revolutions, surely the word also is being spread more across the globe, across the world, right? As it said in the scriptures, right? So this includes access to Bible tools. You got congregations that can communicate through, through basically airwaves, through wireless technology, right? You can mass communication of the words of life is on global levels, which it intricately fulfills prophecy. All right. This is Psalms 104 and verse 24. It says, "O Lord, how manifold are your works, in wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of your riches." Right. So everything in the earth is is a has a play in part to further prophecy. Okay. If you can't believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. If you can't believe that the advancement of technology is furthering, pushing towards us to the end, then I don't know what to tell you. You just have to ask the Lord to take away that incredulity. All right. But matter of fact, let's go to Second Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 20. It says, "And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens." All right, so these are the tokens. A token is like a sign. All right, this is the book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Okay, so we can extrapolate from this verse. All right, so it says the world begins to vanish away. So we see that it's the end. We see that things are fading away, things are decaying. All right, the powers are confused. It's a lot of confusion in the earth. It shows signs of degeneracy, a civilization that is so corrupted that the infrastructure, everything, you can see it manifested basically in the physical realm, of the world, because of so much wickedness has increased. You see things are vanishing away. The good times, everything's not so good. A lot of turmoil. Right, even more now. Even though there's been technological advancements. As things get smarter, people get more dumber. People become more foolish. Folly is set more in great dignity. You see righteousness start to be more scarce. The world is really just vanishing away because eventually these things have to be dealt with. All right, judgment has to be commenced. The Lord has to you know commence that judgment, drop that hammer. All right, so as we see these things that the love of many is waxing cold, and you see things are vanishing away. And shoot, even different corporations and businesses, institutions, they're shutting down, and everything is being shut off, closed up. All right, but it says, then will I show these tokens. All right, tokens are signs. All right, it says the books shall be open before the firmament, and they shall all see together. All right, so what is it saying? So basically, most of everybody in the world has access to the internet. The books represent the from Genesis all the way to Revelation. All right, these are the books. All right, the book of Genesis, the book of Isaiah, the book of Ezekiel, the book of in Apocrypha. You got the second Esdras, what we're reading right now. All right, you got the Gospels, the epistles. You got Proverbs. These are the books. All right, they're open before the firmament. All right, the firmament is the pretty much the sky. Okay, you look up, and that's where pretty much all of the what we talked about before about the technological advancements, right? Wireless internet. All right. So now we can see anywhere in the world you can check your app, look on your app, and you can see the books. All right. All right. It says and they shall all see together. So everybody, most of about 66% or a little bit more of the world can see um the books being open. Also, not only is just physically just seeing the books from different applications, right? If you go on your Apple app store, you see different Bible tools, different Bible study concordances, and um, ways you can read the book. But also the truth, really, is the truth. All right. So the understanding, right, of these prophecies are being opened is as well before the firmament. Meaning, also the Most High YAHAWASHI, he's actually um, poured out his spirit, all right, from the heavens, all right, on all flesh. Okay, let's just say all flesh. But essentially, Israelites are waking up to the truth, knowing who they are, figuring out the prophecies, having that sure word of prophecy, and seeing these things all together. All right, everybody is 100 years ago. Everybody in the world had no clue to connect their nationality to the book. They had no clue to relate themselves to the birthright of the Israelites. All right, and so now it's all a controversy. This truth is out there, and it's being it's abounding. Okay, so that's pretty much what that means. All right, the book's being opened up before the firmament. All right, let's go back to Matthew. All right, because this was a prophecy, right? This is a prophecy that Yahawashi he spoke. This is Matthew 24, verse 14. It says, in this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right, so before the end come, the gospel has to be preached unto the whole world. All right, it don't matter, if they're Israelite or not. It's gonna be preached, all right, to the whole world, because that's the prophecy. All right, and it's as a witness to all nations. Whether you hear or forbear, right? This prophecy is coming to pass, especially through the internet. All right, you don't have to get out of your house. You don't have to walk and travel anywhere. You just get on the internet like I am now, and you speak the truth, based on on what the scripture says. All right, the gospel, through the spirit. That's how I'm speaking. I'm able to make these videos. Okay, so when you think about it, when the ministry first started, the apostles, they would have to travel by foot. All right, they would have to use their body to actively go out, and maybe even they use animals. All right, like camels and horses, things of that nature, like animals. They use ships. All right, these were their, or chariots, or different forms of a vehicle. All right, they use that to go across lands in their respective geographical regions. Right, when Paul did his ministry, he got on ships as well. All right, he went to different churches, in that area, that general area. All right, but eventually the word on the street is spread. All right, since the first century all the way up to the 21st century, across oceans, for the truth to be disseminated on major platforms like as it is today. All right, so this is the Lord's work. All right, if you don't, how could you not believe that? Right, this is a part of prophecy. He said the gospel shall be preached unto all the end of the to all in all the world. All right, so now we have social forums, to show timelines and so-called feeds. You go down your feed. All right, you're getting fed knowledge and information. All right, knowledge has increased. All right, people going to and fro, and not just on plane, trains, and automobiles, but through the internet. You surf it. When you get on the internet, you're actually traveling through different avenues. Right, and then you got these social media apps where you can see live streams, like on YouTube. You got live streams of prophets out there on the highways and byways, you know, speaking the gospel, preaching the gospel, you know, telling, prophesying against the downfall of this kingdom. All right, they're speaking, these are live streams of truth. All right, you got comment boards, blogs, forums, different avenues, different ways in which knowledge and information can be disseminated. All right, you also got dead ends. All right, well, like I said before, the internet can also be a net, can also be a snare. All right, it could be a trap. So you got dead ends, which lead to the obvious. All right, death, perdition. Okay, so of course this internet is a tool that can be used for nefarious purposes as well. But despite those clandestine activities, right, you have the internet to be as a dragnet, right? Like we read in Matthew, I believe Matthew 13, right? It's a dragnet too, to bring in the good and the bad. The internet is a tool set up, by the wise counsel of the Most High. All right, and the direction, it was set up to direct and to gather the elect from all nations. All right, I'm not saying this is the only tool, but it's a major tool. All right, and speaking of live streams, all right, with a stream, matter of fact, let's just go to Isaiah 35. All right, this is Isaiah 35. No, I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped." All right, now part of that process of prophecy reaching all around the world, the truth, the truth of the matter of the prophecy being broken down correctly, it's actually enlightening people. It's opening up their eyes. It's making them understand, and hear and understand. All right. Verse 6 is, "Then shall the lame man shall leap, shall the lame man leap as in heart, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out and streams in the desert. All right, the wilderness, it really represents this Babylon the Great, first and foremost, but the world right now too is as a wilderness. All right, he make it. Remember the Edomites, right? They make it the world a wilderness. All right, but there is basically there's no fruition of truth. All right, it's just like the Wild West out here. Lawless, a lawless, orderless world. All right, but in this wilderness, right, in the search of truth, like, because we just been taught lies for the past 250 years. All right, we've been taught lies about who the Most High is, who his son is, what's his name, who we are as a people, our ethnicity. We've been told based on pseudoscience and pseudo racism, that we're subhuman, you know. Um, we was evolutioned from monkeys and things of that nature. Like this is wilderness. All right, so the waters also represent is truth. So it's streams in the desert. So this is the land of the valley of the shadow of bone. I mean, this is the land of the valley of the shadow. I think I'm saying it wrong. All right, but basically this is a valley of the dry bones. All right, the land of the valley of the shadow of death. All right, over here, especially in Babylon the Great, which I'm speaking live from. All right, so when you stream things, you have streams. You got streams of consciousness. You got streams of wisdom, streams of knowledge. All right, a stream is just is that water. It's something that's very essential to sustain you. You know what I'm saying? So now the truth has been streamed out. Like I said, I mentioned earlier about live streams. All right, on videos, you got live feeds and live streams. These things are actually, using wisdom through the spirit. You realize that these are actually of the Most High. All right, right there is feeding you and giving you understanding. Right, just like how I'm able to break down this truth to simplify it, right, to the believers. Right, it says, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. In the habitation of dragons, where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes. Right, so now, it's simple. The internet is a byproduct of the Most High's work, in which the truth can now be spread across the whole world. Even more fervently. It says, and then a highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men, though fools shall not err therein. All right. So I'm sure there's a lot of people on the earth that they searching for truth, and then the spirit it directs you. Just like how let's see the heart of man, King. Oh, yeah, the Lord directs you through the Spirit, to click this, then to click that, and then to click this, and before you know it, you found a different avenue in which uh it it shows you the truth. It enlightens you, certain depending on which way you were meant to go, depending on your lot. All right, this is Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. All right, so even with um your direction, right, where you are directed to, your understanding, all right, is through your heart. All right, the Lord, He directs that, right? Even when you're on the internet, and if you are one of the elect, a lot of men, believers, they found the truth, through the internet. All right, by searching for the truth, they maybe they were into so-called conspiracy theories. All right, and everything pretty much it led them to this point in which, okay, the Bible is tied into prophecy, to real life, to everything that we know. All right, so this is actually a work of YAHAWASHI, the internet. All right, now let's go to Revelation real quick. All right, this is Revelation chapter 10, verse 11. It says, "And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings." All right, so now we see that John is being told that he's going to have to prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. All right, John himself. So how is that going to be possible? First of all, he's got to come back on the earth. All right, because that was almost 2,000 years ago since he passed away. He died on the Isle of Patmos, right? But he had to come back on the earth to prophesy before many nations, tongues, and kings. All right, so how could he do that? How else will he be able to do that without the help of the internet? All right, that's very plain. All right, so let's go into the information superhighway. All right, so the internet is also called the information superhighway. All right, information superhighways revolution is bringing people of different backgrounds from around the world into a global information superhighway. The internet provides a worldwide platform connecting thousands of networks around the world. There's a variety of information available on the internet for users. It has been considered as a forum for users to share worldwide information resources. Right? Just like it says in Ecclesiasticus 39:21, it says, "A man need not to say, What is this? Wherefore is that? For he hath made all things for their uses." All right, so including the internet, right? One last verse. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 42, verse, I'm gonna start at 22. It says, Oh, how desirable are all his works, and that a man may see even to a spark. All these things live and remain forever for all uses, and they are all obedient. All things are double one against another, and he hath made nothing imperfect. All right, so yeah, even the internet, like I said before, it can be used for either good purposes or bad purposes. But in this story, all right, it was there. It was put there to witness, testify, right, the truth to all nations, to all the whole world. Right, it's a tool set up to propagate the truth. You can actually find the truth through the internet. All right. Let me start back at night. I'm gonna start at 19. It says, "He declared the things that are past and for to come, and revealeth the steps of hidden things. No thought escapeth him, neither any word is hidden from him." All right, so the invention of the internet, it was not hidden from him. He allowed these things to happen. He allowed it to be set up. And based on prophecy to be over time for the elect to wake up and use the internet to push forward the truth. All right, by making videos, making live streams, things of that nature to day and night. You can actually look at look for the truth any time of the day. All right, um, any time of the night, no matter what. All right, you can look at news, you can look at prophecy. It's all there. All right, knowledge has increased. Right, so the internet and the dragnet are parabolic because basically the internet is going to is a tool to gather the elect, all right, from all corners of the world, that has access to the internet, and bring them into the truth. All right. So that's pretty much it right there. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, this was edifying. Stay tuned. Till next time. Shalom.